for the taking. I heard these other niggas going crazy. Yeah, I treat you like a lady. Fuck it till you burned out, cremation. Make it cream and Wu-Tang.
Dr. Heavenly, a name that resonates with many, especially in the realm of social media and beyond. Her career, marked by significant achievements and a considerable following, has not been without its share of controversies. The persona she tries to portray often is one of being flawless, but there's more to her story. Dr. Heavenly has faced her fair share of challenges and controversies. Some of her fans and critics have raised eyebrows over certain decisions and actions she has taken over the years. These have sparked debates and discussions across various platforms, with opinions on her actions being sharply divided. One of the controversies that have surrounded Dr. Heavenly involves her handling of certain public situations. There have been instances where her responses have been deemed insensitive or inappropriate by some, including myself. These moments have led to a significant backlash, with many questioning her judgment. Moreover, rumors have circulated about her personal life and professional conduct. While some of these may be speculative, others have been substantiated by evidence or eyewitness account. It's these aspects of her life that have contributed to the narrative of her having deep, dark secrets. Her behavior on social media has also been a point of contention. Dr. Heavenly's posts and interactions have sometimes been perceived as contradictory or confusing, adding fuel to the fire. Critics argue that this duality in her public image is a clear indication of a deeper issue. The lack of transparency about her personal life has only added to the mystery and speculation. Fans and followers often find themselves wondering about the authenticity of her public persona. This enigma surrounding Dr. Heavenly has led many to speculate about what she might be hiding. So join me, T Squad, as I do a deep dive into Dr. Heavenly's childhood, becoming a doctor, her rise to fame, and all of the drama and controversies that have plagued her since she hit our television screens. Growing up in a low-income neighborhood, Dr. Heavenly didn't realize having no windows in her room was abnormal until she was on a reality television show. From as early as she can remember, Dr. Heavenly's mother told her she would grow up to become a doctor. Instilled in me that she wanted me to go to the top, Kimes said. She told me I was smart, so I believed her. But the type of school Dr. Heavenly went to didn't offer the kind of programming she needed to get into a competitive medical school. I think that I was set back just a little bit because I was smart enough not to get held back, she said. On one hand, the fortitude and tenacity of Dr. Heavenly are inspiring, but on the other hand, Dr. Heavenly appears out of touch with the barriers facing others like her. I feel like I didn't have all the opportunities as someone else, but I honestly don't think it's so much about your environment as much as it is about your mindset, she said. Kimes claimed she was the only one in her life to have that innate mindset, saying, "Nobody around me had it." Despite all the racial, gender, and socio-economical barriers Kimes faced as a young woman, her message to others is less, "I did it, so you can too," and more, "I did it, so what's your excuse?" Despite her tumultuous childhood, Heavenly left Miami and went on to college, but found it difficult to figure out what type of specialization in the medical field she would pursue. "When I looked at being a medical doctor, I saw somebody being on call, somebody not having a whole lot of time with their families," Heavenly said. "My purpose in life and one of my goals was always to be a wife and a mother." Little did she know a recruiter from the Harry Medical College would help Kimes on her way to become a dentist. The recruiter told her that dentistry was an art as well as a science. That ability to weave her artistic creativity into a more scientific background was attractive to Kimes. After shadowing a dentist in Nashville, Kimes received a scholarship to attend dental school, and the rest is history. Even though Dr. Heavily went on to do phenomenal, great things in her life, her childhood still plagued her. During season 6 of Married to Medicine, she actually went back to Miami to her old stomping grounds to visit her home after 20 years. Cast members Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie accompanied her. Let's take a listen at some of the details of her traumatic childhood.
It's been about 20 years since I've been back to the home that I grew up in.
All right, I'm driving.
I don't feel comfortable going, and hopefully I can work through some of my issues. Isn't this a beautiful city?
It
Real
really
talk.
is. It's so
really
relaxed. The serenity here in Miami.
I mean, had I known this part of Miami, I might feel differently about Miami and maybe want to live here. I don't want to live here because
Of your memory?
my memories here.
Do you have a lot of good memories in the house?
Good and bad.
Good and bad.
What I remember
Uh-huh.
is that my mom kept me sheltered. Like, I didn't get to go out a lot. My sister did.
Why?
My mom she said I was her good child. She said I was gonna be something. Let that woman go out if she want to. You not going. You my good child.
For real?
My sister's name is Denise, and she's a year and a half older than I am. We were totally opposite. She was the prettier one. She was the one that had all the boys, you know?
Did you feel some kind of way?
I felt like I was gonna do something great because
Okay.
my mama told me I was.
Really?
Yeah, she told us from the time we were 4 we were gonna be doctors. She told me and my sister that. My sister did not turn out to be a doctor. She used to work for me as an office manager of my dental practice. Now she works for somebody else as an office manager of their dental practice. I love my sister. I will always love her. If she needs anything, I'll be there for her. But we just do not get along at all.
But what does shelter look like? You couldn't go outside at all?
It wasn't really much to do outside. To me, where I grew up, it was people selling drugs at the park.
And how old were you then?
I was in junior high.
Uh-huh. I'm starting to understand why Heavenly gets in so many conflicts. If you're not out socializing with other kids, your socialization skills, your reality, your ability to problem solve is warped.
And then my daddy came back
Oh,
from the military about the 9th grade. And he came with these military ideas, like we had to go to bed at a certain time. We couldn't talk. And it was very difficult because, we retaliated. Like, I remember my daddy beating me, you know what I mean? Growing up, for the most part, it was me, my mother, and my sister. My dad, he wasn't there most of the time. He was stationed overseas in Germany. So it was a difficult transition when my father came.
And so how old were you when you moved away or something changed or?
From my mama's house,
Uh-huh.
I was 17.
And you
That's
went to
why
college?
I went that summer because I was ready to go.
I know, that's the
17
truth.
years old,
Yeah.
and I never came back for a whole summer or to live ever again.
Why?
I would always get I'm gonna show you why. I cannot believe I am at this house. This is it, Jackie.
This is where you grew up.
I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why though.
You guys want to just get out and take a walk?
Yeah. Now I don't know my neighbors because, like I say, my mama I never really came outside. But I remember this neighborhood. I never walked back here. I'd never been back this far. I don't know why.
So you didn't play outside?
No.
You didn't have any friends in the neighborhood?
I'm telling you, I had big glasses. I was overweight. Maybe I was a little bit overweight because I never came outside to play. I was home all the time, either reading a book or doing whatever, but I never came outside.
It definitely explains sometimes why when you're talking to her, she seems so defensive.
So y'all want to walk back with me?
Heavenly, she didn't get the chance to experience a lot of the childhood conflicts you have in a kickball game when you feel like somebody cheated. She didn't learn a lot of that conflict resolution on the smaller issues as a child.
Hello. How y'all doing? Yes, I'm moving.
Hey, I spoke to you on the phone.
Yes, you did.
Can I come in? Thank you. I don't know why I feel nervous, Louis. My room was right across here. This is amazing because my bedroom was this wall right here. And this was my room. No windows, nothing. This was my bedroom. From the time I was in like that 7th grade until I left, this was my room.
No window. If you don't get sunlight, you're missing your melatonin and your serotonin. Everything's thrown off. Your sleep cycle, the ability to focus and be happy.
Now you think that my mom would want me to turn the lights off. We couldn't close the door and we couldn't turn the lights off. We had to leave them on at night. I don't know why.
She slept with her lights on too.
Yeah.
Maybe she was scared of the
we
dark.
probably was scared. My mother did the best that she knew how to do. But looking back, I think that my room represented to me what I did not want in life. I did not want to live in a small space. I did not want to live in a room with no windows. If you can see now, my house has, the whole back of my house is windows. My sister actually slept in this room here. My father died in this room.
Really?
He passed away in this room. I didn't know if I wanted to say it in front of anyone. I mean, he literally died here.
Oh, wow.
He died my first year at dental school. My mom woke up the next morning, he had been dead all night. And he just didn't get up and go to work. And it makes me nervous that he would just stay here. I haven't been to this house since he died.
Never.
I feel hot. Y'all don't feel hot like you're. I feel like I don't have panic attacks, but that's what I feel. Like I feel like it's thick me. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Let's go. I need to get outside. I don't know why I just thought that my dad died in that room.
Oh, wow.
I didn't even think about that the whole time.
Is that the one memory you got when you got here?
That's the only memory I got when I got here. I don't know why I didn't. Like I blocked it out of my mind until I came to that door. I don't want to cry. I want to go. Can we go? My dad had congestive heart failure. He had been gone for so many different periods of my childhood. We weren't that close, but I knew he loved me. You know what? I'm glad that room door was locked. I had never thought about that in years. I remember my dad died and my mom called me when I was in school. I was taking my final exams. My mom says to me, "Your dad passed." And I was like, well, I'm getting ready for my study for my test. And she screamed at me and she said, "You don't have to come. You don't have to come if you don't want to come. I wasn't saying that I wasn't gonna come. I was saying I just didn't process that he was gone. I remember the phone call I got when he died. I was in my freshman year at dental school. But I dropped everything and I went home. But after the funeral, I stayed away, you know?
I wish more people would reference this episode because you all know I reference this episode often. It's Married to Medicine, season 6, episode 5, episode titled A Room with No View. And I say that because this episode really, truly sums up who Heavenly is in a nutshell. If you ever wanted to know why she operates the way that she does, this is the episode that explains it all. So imagine growing up in this household that is obviously very weird. And I guess that's the best way that I can explain it. It seems like her mama may have had trauma in her life or mental health issues with the fact that she had her daughter in a room with 4 walls, no windows, and encouraged her to not go outside, told her not to go outside, that she was the quote unquote good child, she would be the one to go on to be a doctor. Well, she instilled those things in both sisters, but one only followed through with it. And it showed a difference in the way that the mother parented Heavenly and her sister Denise. Denise was the quote unquote prettier one, the one that was allowed to rip and run the streets, while Heavenly was made to stay in the house. So there was already a divide between the sisters in that household based upon how the mother parented them. I don't know why she did it that way. Maybe the mother had a bias towards their looks, where she felt like the sister was more attractive, she would be accepted more. Maybe she shielded Heavenly from going out and doing things because she feared maybe she would be bullied or taunted or talked about because of her looks. I don't know, but the divide was already put in place via their mother. The mother not wanting them to turn off the lights. Imagine having to sleep with a light on. That is a torture tactic that people in the Army and Marines and the Feds and all of those, that is something that they do as a tactic to get information out of a person, to make them go crazy. I could not imagine living in a house where I had to keep the light on 24 hours of the day. Then they couldn't even close their doors. What was that about? That's crazy. And then imagine being a little girl that never went outside and played with other children. Never, ever, ever. All she did was stay in the house, reading books. That's it. No friendship, no world building, nothing at all. Then the fact that her and her sister didn't get along, and I really feel like they didn't get along because of the way that they were treated. I think that jealousy was a big part in it, and I think that jealousy is a big part of the reason why they're not close to this day. I think that it's jealousy, and I think that it's a superiority complex probably between the two. Because if you look at the dynamics of their relationship when they were growing up, Heavenly was the fat, chubby, unattractive little girl with glasses that didn't have any friends, didn't go outside. And then you had Denise, who was the prettier one. All the boys liked her. Obviously, she had friends. She was able to go outside and do things and have friendships and all of that type of stuff. So imagine being a little girl, and I can't remember who was the older one and who was the younger one. But regardless, imagine Heavenly growing up and feeling some type of way about her sister, who is being told, you're the pretty one. Not you, Denise, you're the pretty one. You are the one that all of the boys want to get to know, want to be her boyfriend. And Heavenly, you just focus on school. You just stay in the house. You read books. You're not doing that. You just stay in the house with me. And so then, as you saw Heavenly say, that when they got older, she was the one that ended up becoming the doctor. Her sister didn't do it. Her sister ended up working for her for a minute, running the office, but that didn't work out. And now she's working for another doctor's office. So imagine Heavenly growing up, being the successful one, being the doctor. Now you work for me, big sis, little sis, whichever one it is. Now you work for me. I'm your boss. I'm the one that made it. I'm the one with the accolades. I'm the one that's on top, and you're underneath me. So I can see Heavenly fully taking advantage of that power dynamic and using it to her advantage, and that causing strife and a rift between her and her sister, which is very unfortunate. Then to know that her father wasn't really in the household because he was, in the military. Then when he came home, he was very, very strict. They weren't used to having this male figure in the house because they were used to it just being the three of them, and they had their routine set. And then here come this man literally coming and trying to switch everything up. And like she said, they rebelled, which then caused them to get beat. So imagine, I don't really even know you like that. You're my father, but we don't really have a relationship. And then when you are around, you're beating on me. You're trying to switch up my routine. You're shuffling the deck, and nobody asked you to do that. And then on top of that, remember, in another episode, Heavenly has said her mama called her the B word all the time, called them B's and H's and all type of stuff. So you're getting verbally schmoozed by your mother, and then you're getting physically schmoozed by your father. Like, she never had a chance. Then her father passes away in the bed next to her mother. That's creepy AF. So it's not a coincidence, or it's not even a surprise, that as soon as she was able to get out of that house and go, that she never came back. Who would want to go back to that type of trauma? That household represents prison to Heavenly. It represents everything that she has tried to escape and run from since she was 17 years old and left to go to college. She went to college and reinvented herself into who we have seen today. This loudmouth, cocky, know-it-all, braggadocious woman who is totally opposite to the little girl that was in that house that didn't have a voice. That's why it was so hard and traumatizing for her to have to go back and revisit her past, because she has tried to block that part of her life out as best as she could. And that episode of Married to Medicine made Heavenly face who Heavenly really truly is at her core. And the fact that she has yet to deal with her past is the reason why she has not grown as a woman. She is still functioning as that 17-year-old girl that is trying to prove that she is worthy, that she is beautiful, that she is wanted and desired, that she won't let anybody walk all over her verbally or physically schmooze her. That's why she has the mindset, I'm gonna get you before you can get me, because face it, she was getting got her whole entire life by her parents. It also shows why her go-to thing during conflict is your mama. Heavenly doesn't have a problem disrespecting other people's mother, because she does not respect her own mother. No matter how many times she tries to sugarcoat it by saying, I love my mother, but it's always a but afterwards. And that is because she despises the way that she was raised. She despises her mother. She despises the way she was treated. She despises that home. She despises the fact that she didn't grow up in a household where she was told that she was loved, that she was beautiful, that she can do and be whoever she wants to be. She grew up and became a doctor because that's what she was told that she could be. She wasn't allowed the freedom to have her own thoughts and imagination. Imagine what she could have been if she was allowed the freedom to be who Heavenly wanted Heavenly to be. Heavenly is a dentist because her mother told her that she was going to be a doctor. She wasn't even given the choice to decide what she wanted to do in her life. And the reason why Heavenly went to college and became a doctor is because that was a way for her to try to win her mother's love and approval. And unfortunately, it still didn't heal the pain and the mistrust that she had for her mother. And that is why it is nothing for her doing an argument to say, fuck your dead mama. She don't care, because she harbors nothing but venom for her own dead mother. And that's the sad part about it. And what the ladies on that show need to realize is that when she says your mama, I wouldn't even get mad at about it no more. I would simply tell her that ain't nothing but the little girl in you begging and screaming out for help. That ain't nothing but the little girl in you begging for your mother to acknowledge you and love you and to protect you and to support you. I wouldn't even get mad, because that's nothing but the little girl inside of Heavenly wishing and praying that she had a mother like the little girls and the little boys she read about in her book. That is why, as a grown woman, she is the mother that she is to her children. She tried her hardest to break that cycle, which is great. But the problem is that she still hasn't dealt with her own issues. And this is going to keep showing up in her life until she really, truly does the work to understand why she is so angry and upset with the way that she was raised. This episode also revealed why Heavenly has no problem disrespecting another woman's husband, and it's due to the fact that she never respected her own father. How could she? He was literally a stranger. They weren't close, and he was physically abusive towards her. So anytime she gets the opportunity to disrespect another man, it makes her feel better about the fact that she wasn't able to defend herself against her father when she was a child. This is her way as an adult woman to be able to fight back with her words, which also shows why Daddy, aka Dr. Damon, is the only man that she shows respect to. While she didn't leave medical school as a brain surgeon, she did leave with one. I always knew what kind of man I wanted, and I was very intentional about every area of my life, Dr. Heavenly said. As a young woman in university, Dr. Heavenly wrote a vision board of what she envisioned in a man. He had to be short, dark-skinned, and in medical school. He had to be tough, she tells me, but also sensitive in certain ways. Most of all, Dr. Heavenly wanted the man she would spend the rest of her life with to love her unconditionally. Her manifestation worked. She would soon fall for another medical school student, Damon. Now, you peep in this article, she stressed that the man that she wanted to spend the rest of her life with had to love her unconditionally. And that is what Damon has done for Heavenly. He loves her, flaws and all. And that's why she loves, adores, and respects him as much as she does, because he is the first person, and probably the only person outside of her children, who has really poured into her and made her feel like she was worthy. That is why she will never disrespect that man. She will not reveal anything about their marriage, whether it's bad or good, to the public. I bet you he is the first man that she encountered in life that showed her that men weren't monsters. That a man can be soft-spoken and use his words to get his emotions across and not his fist. He has helped raise her into the woman that she is now, which is why she calls him Daddy, because he raised her. He's been more of a father to her than her own biological father ever was. Together, Heavenly and Damon went on to get married and have 3 children, Damon Jr., Zachary, and Alora. But getting married and having children didn't stop Dr. Heavenly from reaching her goals. She has become a leading Atlanta dentist known as Dr. Heavenly Kimes. She is an author, inspirational speaker, business powerhouse, and relationship expert. She has become one of the most sought after dentists in the nation. This is what it says on her BravoTV.com bio. Specializing in cosmetic dentistry, veneers, full arch, single implants, and more, Dr. Kimes is the founder and CEO of her own successful practice, Smiles by Dr. Heavenly, in Atlanta, a member of the American Academy of General Dentistry, Academy of Implant Dentistry, National Dental Association, and the Georgia Dental Society. Dr. Kimes graduated at the top of her class with a doctorate of dental surgery from Meharry Medical College and earned a bachelor's degree in biology with minors in chemistry and military science from Florida A&M University. In addition to establishing Smiles by Dr. Heavenly, she owns a multi-million-dollar corporation with over 7 dental practices, 7 of which she has sold. Dr. Kimes has also launched her own dental mouthwash, Dr. Heavenly's Extra Strength Medicated Rinse. She is the co-author of the best-selling series Wake Up, Live the Life You Love, and release the informative Dr. Heavenly's Business Prescriptions, a motivating advice guide that breaks down complex business concepts to their simplest forms. You would think with all of that going on that Heavenly would not want to add anything else on to her plate, but reality TV was calling, and she was going to do any and everything to make sure that Heavenly Kimes was a household name. The only obstacle standing in her way was her weight. Yes, Heavenly was supposed to be on season 1 of Married to Medicine, but due to her being overweight, she was not casted. She was told by the network and producers that she did not fit the aesthetic and that she needed to lose weight. So Mariah Huq, the creator and executive producer of this show, actually helped her, took her underneath her wing, and gave her all of the mentorship and guidance that she needed in order to secure her place on season 2 of Married to Medicine. And when she arrived on the scene, she had slimmed down tremendously. From the moment she introduced herself, Dr. Heavenly cemented her place on to Married to Medicine. She was brash, she was outspoken, she was witty, she was funny, she was crass. Viewers like myself was very shocked that she called her husband daddy and he called her buddy. Her family dynamics were a little strange and unorthodox to the average viewer. You either loved her or hated her, and I have had nothing but disdain from her from the beginning. I've never really cared for Heavenly being on the show. She does have funny moments, and some of her Jones even make me laugh, but for the most part, I feel like she has taken the show down several notches and been one of the cast members to steer the show away from its purpose that Mariah Huq had envisioned. I think that she has taken this villainous character persona that she's created and taken it way too far. She has verbally attacked almost everybody on the show. She hits way below the belt. And throughout the course of her time being on Married to Medicine, she has yet to be held accountable for her actions.
My mama got a better chance of having a baby than she do. Y'all want to talk about somebody old? You old. You 32 and you look older than all of us. You act older. I can have kids. Are you all right?
I'm perfectly fine.
So do you think that your man ever gets his stuff done somewhere else?
No. My husband is not stepping out on me. That's
I read somewhere that the African people feel like if they go in another country, they're not married.
But see, that's where you guys go wrong. Putting those generalizations on people. That is not my husband.
I'm not saying it's your husband. You get a little smart for no reason. I'm saying that sometimes I read in a book that African men feel like.
I'm responding to what you say, honey. It's my opinion.
I'm explaining, girl. You trying to get it crunk. Listen, what I'm saying is they say, I read in a book that sometimes African men feel like if they go in another country, they're no longer married. And I know he's very into his culture.
And what's your point? Because I just told you that's not true with my husband.
I'm saying that some men feel that way sometimes.
Okay, and what's your point?
My point is maybe he wouldn't tell you. Would he tell you? Would he tell you? Would he say, baby, you know what, I'm going to Nigeria tonight and get my thing done. There's some women out there that do that.
No.
You think he would tell you?
No, he doesn't do that.
I'm saying, do you think he would tell you?
I don't even want to think about that because I know my husband wouldn't do anything.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
You don't never know anything 100%, darling. Nothing. Toya, where's Toya?
Over here.
She didn't sponsor. She didn't give anything. She didn't pay y'all. Let me just put it out there.
She didn't have to.
I want to apologize for putting that out there. That P word that I called Dr. G. Dr. G, get your wife. I apologize for the P word, and I didn't mean to put it out there, but I took it back. And I know that our husbands all pretty much make the same amount, and I know that my house is more than 1.3, but I actually contribute as well. But I think that for you to go in, I have my real estate license. I actually have owned a mortgage company, and I do know that it does not take this long to close. Oh, Lord, you ain't gonna call this girl.
Did you feel like that was a message to you?
Absolutely.
I'm asking a question.
Absolutely it was.
I'm asking a question.
Absolutely it was. And she know it was.
It wasn't about you. It was about what my mom done for me and what my husband's mom has done for them.
Mariah's speech was up. I don't know why she think that we stupid.
It wasn't about you.
You know you lie. We know you lie.
You're not gonna do that because you're the biggest goddamn lie up in here.
You are a stupid woman. You know why? You know why? You know why? And your teeth are beautiful.
I know. Thank you. Well, you know what? You fix yours and your husband.
Listen, why don't you fix your husband with his small stuff?
I can tell you a lot of people that have slept with Damon.
Don't even do that.
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
What is she talking about?
Your husband. Ask him what he really likes.
You're a freaking liar.
You know I got it.
I'm done talking to you.
Don't do me.
Don't yell at me. Don't yell at me. You know what? Do you do this with your husband? Because that's the one you mad at.
Oh boy.
Just like I said.
Oh God, here we go. Not you talking about her husband.
Heavenly's one of those people. You cannot fight fire with fire.
Get mad at your motherfucking man.
You bring fire and bitch, she brings an atomic bomb.
Dr. G is not respected in the community, and that's real talk. Hashtag a schmoozer, hashtag controlling, hashtag pedophile, hashtag team daddy, hashtag married to med. So I have a challenge. All the hashtag married to med cast, take a pic, no makeup, no edits, starting with at Phaedra Parks. Go. I know I need to be worried about my man asking for numbers, but this is all I'm worried about. Pray for me. Hashtag smiles by Dr. Heavenly, hashtag married to med, hashtag biracial teeth, hashtag team daddy.
And it goes, when you have a conversation with somebody and somebody gets upset and it goes to the left, most men, real men, not gay men, not bitch men, you know what I'm saying? The guys that is kind of soft, but real men are going to feel like, you know what I mean? Straight men are going to feel like, if you tell my wife to shut the fuck up, I'm going to have a problem with it. I mean, that's just it is.
The sad part about it is I could have went on and on and on with all of the receipts showing how nasty of a person Heavenly can be towards others. That's the sad part about it all, that there was even more receipts that I could have pulled, but this video would be over 2 hours long if I did that. What's funny to me about Heavenly is that she loves to talk about other people, their body, their profession, their marriages, their homes. And this is coming from the same person that was shunned as a child. You would think that she would be more considerate of other people's feelings, but I think that Heavenly has the mindset that it was done to me and I'm all right. I survived it, so you can too. It really plays back to the quote, hurt people hurt people. She doesn't see anything wrong with how she talks about people, the nasty, vile things that she says, because she feels like I was put through it by my own mama. And look at me now. I'm a successful doctor. I'm on a reality show. I have $1 million businesses. I have the beautiful home. I have the husband and the kids and the cars. Look at me. I turned out all right. You'll be fine. That's why she does it, because she wants other people to hurt just as much as she has been hurt in her life. And let Heavenly tell you, her life is A-okay. It is picture perfect. She is happy. She is content. She is living the good life. She is blessed, when in all actuality, when that lady is alone in her home, looking in the mirror, I will bet you my last dollar that on the inside, when she looks at herself in the mirror at night and it's just her and her reflection, that she is the most saddest, empty person in the world. And by empty, I mean her soul is empty. Heavenly's whole existence is a lie. Want to know why? Of posts like this. March 25th, 2022, she posted this video of her mother and captioned it, "Thinking about my mother, hashtag RIP. This is her last year at 88 years young with my little great niece. God bless her soul. Hashtag best mom. The reason I am who I am. Hashtag strong woman. Hashtag Dorothy Williams." And this post right here, "Happy Father's Day to my dad, Benoy Williams. May he rest in peace." See what I mean? Lie. How are you sitting up here saying that you had the best mom when you're the same person that has said repeatedly that your mama called you bitches and hoes on a regular? It was nothing to you. That your mother kept you inside the house, limited you from having human interaction with other kids your age. Happy Father's Day, like you even had a relationship with this man. From what I've learned, there wasn't anything happy or fatherly from your dad. He was putting his hands on you. He was controlling. He was super strict. You barely even had a relationship with him. And he was in and out of your life because of his career. And then as soon as you went off to college, he passed away. So I think that she has really fixed it in her mind to think or make herself believe that her childhood wasn't as catastrophic as it actually was. And I think that she does that as a coping mechanism for her to be able to live day to day without breaking down. But it's going to come a day where she's going to end up cracking, because you can't bury all of that hurt and pain and resentment forever without it bubbling up to the surface. Even the relationship with her sister. Remember a few seasons ago, she tried to mend fences with the sister and reached out and called her, and we never heard anything else about it, except for the fact that they still aren't talking. And things will never be right until they really address the elephant in the room. This is why the perfect family facade that she has tried to force feed us for the past 9-10 years that she has been on Married to Medicine, that is why the walls are cracking and falling down. And the truth is starting to seep through and shine so bright that she can no longer hide what's really going on in her life.
Apparently, the rumors about Dr. Heavenly's oldest son, Damon Jr., are true. Dr. Heavenly, you know, the one who acts like her marriage is flawless, her kids are perfect, and the sun shines just for her. Yeah, well, not this week. So her son, Damon Jr., is back in the headlines, and it's not for med school. He's facing some serious charges: battery and assault on a police officer. Here's his mugshot, and here's the twist. Heavenly initially denied it ever happened.
You know what? I saw that too, because I'm in these YouTube streets too, and it scared the shit out of me, because you never know. You know what I'm saying? You never know. I'm like, damn, I got 2 boys. Now, I pretty much could think about which one it would have been, but I called both my boys, and I feel like if you assaulted a police officer, you would be in jail. Now, neither one of these brother Tuckers ain't got no money. So, you know what I mean? They might try to keep some shit from me, but if they did, they would have been in jail. Both my sons are well and fine, and I called them, and I was like, listen, what's going on? Everybody good? So we good. So we good over here. Praise God. Y'all.
But then she circled back on another YouTube live like, Sataki.
Long story short, it kept coming. And then I looked at the thing and I said, damn, they got the right birth certificate and everything. I say, Daddy, do you see what they saying about my baby boy? Do you see what they saying? And Damon looked at it and he said, well, baby, I said, is this some truth to it? Now, when I first saw it, the people said 2025. So I was like, okay,
It was years ago. Damon never told me. He handled that shit, and that's why I love him, because he knew I would have been upset. He went down there, he talked to the people. Damon, my son never got charged with anything. It was a big misunderstanding. And
oh, yeah, it happened. But my husband handled it. I didn't even know. Girl, come on. How you not know your child got an indictment? According to the Fulton County arrest record, Damon Jr. crept up behind somebody, hit them in the back of the head multiple times, then threw the unknown man in a chokehold. Sounds like a lover's quarrel to me, but I digress. Witnesses saw the whole thing and called the cops. When police tried to stop Damon Jr., he didn't stop his vehicle. He only hit the brakes once they pulled a weapon. That's where that aggravated assault on an officer charge comes from. So no, it's not like he swung on the cops, but they're saying he ignored their commands and nearly ran one of the officers down. Court's coming up this month, so we'll see what happens. Moral of the story? Dr. Heavenly might want to take a break from throwing shade and focus on her own front yard because, baby, the drama is definitely at home.
As All About the Tea stated, on February 23rd, 2023, Damon Kimes Jr. was arrested for aggravated assault against a law enforcement officer when engaged on official duty. Dr. Heavenly lied when she said that the situation was done and over with because it happened in 2023. Well, here is the grand jurors list of the people who were selected to hear this case, and it says, in the name and behalf of the citizens of Georgia, do charge and accuse Damon Kimes with the offense of aggravated assault against law enforcement officer when engaged on official duty. For the said accused in the county of Fulton and state of Georgia on the 23rd of February 2023 did unlawfully and knowingly commit an aggravated assault upon the person of Ryan Panazzo, a public safety officer employed by Georgia State University Police Department as a peace officer who was, at the time of the assault, engaged in the performance of his official duties as such public safety officer. Said assault being committed by driving his vehicle toward Officer Panazzo, the same being a means likely to result in serious bodily injury, contrary to the laws of said state, the good order, peace, and dignity thereof. As you can see, this is the Fulton Superior Court indictment paperwork, which was signed on March 27th, 2025. So once again, this is proof showing that Heavenly lied when she said that this situation was done and over with. And see, this is what I don't like, because you want to be all up in everybody else's business, up in everybody's marriages, talking about folks, but you ain't even giving your own reality on Married to Medicine. This is why I feel like this show either needs to go off the air or get new talent, because people like Heavenly, people like Jackie, people like even Simone to an extent are not showing y'all real, true lives. Why aren't you talking about this? You're showing this same son on the show at your dentistry. Show how your son was arrested and y'all going through this court case to prove his innocence. If he's so innocent, talk about it. If he's so innocent, talk about it. Get the audience behind you. Show what's really going on in your household. But no, that'd be too much like right. On February 24th of this year, a person by the name of Nick tweeted, someone called into a YouTube show and said years ago, Dr. Heavenly was sued for calling an employee black and ugly. She had to pay up. I can't believe it. Well, she was sued a few years ago, but it wasn't because of making derogatory comments towards an employee. On August 22nd, 2021, a young woman by the name of Kimberly Blackman sued Dr. Heavenly Kimes for malpractice, as you can see. Yes. The courts asked that Heavenly submit all certifications of her being a dentist and being able to teach dentistry to others. She had to turn over so much information. And in this specific part, it says, a copy of your complete file of all material reviewed and generated by you in the above case to date, including but not limited to dental records, radiographs, consent forms, referrals, doctor notes, treatment plans, referrals, writings of every kind, non-party records of other care providers, dental records, radiographs by Dr. Heavenly Kimes and or from Smiles by Heavenly PC that concern or reference dental care and treatment of Kimberly Blackman in the above civil action. In section 11, it says a copy of all materials used by you in teaching at an accredited dental school for pay, the subject of root canal therapy on a patient, or any aspect of dental treatment relevant to your opinion in this case. So it sounds like Kimberly sued Dr. Heavenly for, I guess, messing up something while she was being tended to by Dr. Heavenly. That's what I'm assuming. I'm not good at reading legal papers. I don't know who won the case and how it turned out, but this is the paperwork that I was able to find online about this case. And of course, this wasn't talked about on the show either. But you know what was brought up on the show? Damon allegedly cheating on Heavenly and allegedly having kids with another woman, a white woman at that.
Where did you even hear the rumor that Damon has illegitimate children? And do you regret bringing that up to Heavenly?
Oh, the streets be talking. The streets are loud. They are way louder than anything I could ever say. So
you heard it on the streets.
Yeah,
you,
in the
and
medical
you believe
streets.
it. In the medical streets.
Ooh, that's messy.
Ooh.
That's messy.
Gotta be specific.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the ambulance lane.
Yes.
Okay.
What the old folks say, your slip is showing. Heavenly's slip is falling down around her ankles at this point. Because like I said, you can only hide the truth or the alleged truth, but for so long. And a lot of these skeletons that have been in Heavenly's closet, honey, they are creeping out like the walking dead. All right. Now, I don't know if this man is really cheating on her and had babies on her, but this is a rumor that is going around. Even Dr. Simone and Toya said that they'd heard this same thing as well about Dr. Damon. But despite the cheating rumors, the illegitimate children, her son being arrested, and her being sued, she and Damon are celebrating their 28th wedding anniversary this year. So congratulations to them. Their daughter Alora has blossomed into a beautiful young lady and is going to university at FAMU. Her son, Zachariah, lives a very quiet, low-key life. He doesn't even really show up on the show that often. And as I filmed this video, Dr. Heavenly is currently filming for season 12 of Married to Medicine. In examining these aspects of Dr. Heavenly's life and career, it's clear that her persona is multifaceted and complex. The dark secrets she keeps are reflective of the challenges and controversies she has faced, painting a picture that is both intriguing and concerning. As I wrap up this video, it's essential to reflect on the major points discussed and the insights gained about Dr. Heavenly. Her story serves as a reminder that public figures are often a mix of their public persona and their private selves, and sometimes it's the discrepancies between these two that lead to the most significant controversies. I am a firm believer that you reap what you sow, and with the case of Heavenly Kimes, she has a lot to reap. All of the nasty, vile, disgusting, disrespectful things that she has said and done to people throughout the years will come back to haunt her and hurt her. You can't go around thinking that you can treat people any kind of way and get away with it. Life does not work that way. And God has been very kind to Heavenly despite her despicable ways. But I can firmly say that I feel it deep in my spirit that this is just the beginning of Heavenly being exposed. She is a woman that is in desperate need of therapy, soul searching, repentance, redemption, accountability. She needs to apologize truthfully to the people that she has hurt. And most importantly, she needs to learn how to love herself fully and wholly, because the way that she behaves and acts is not of a woman who is self-secure, who knows her worth, who knows her value. You don't have to put down and demean others to make yourself feel better. And that is what Heavenly exudes to the 10th degree. T-Squad, if you're as intrigued by Dr. Heavenly's story as I am, or if you have your own thoughts on her controversies, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other exposed videos for more intriguing content where I dive into the lives of other public figures and the secrets and scandals they keep. You can find my exposed videos under my exposed playlist. Please make sure to thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on your post notifications so you know when my videos drop. I love you, T-Squad, and I will see you on my next exposed.